Hello.
Hello.
I think it's been a month, maybe more.
It's been like 5 or 7 weeks. Been
We were just
crazy.
busy people in the month of April.
Yeah, we were. It's crazy. And May. I mean, look, we're all of April and all of May. So, wow. But look at all the wonderful people that are hanging out.
I know. Hello, everybody. I see Crown Tail first at 11:27 a.m. Like right after I made the stream, and then I
Wow.
see Patty. Hello, Patty. You were in at 12 o'clock. And then there's
Sweet
Ed and
Patty.
Jimmy and Skydancer and all the lovely peoples. Hello, peoples. How are you doing? I hope everyone had a good Easter and all that good jazz. I've got 7 days left of school.
Oh my
Or work
gosh.
/ school. 7 work days. This is our last full week. Next week's a 4-day week, and then it's a 3-day week, and we're done.
What have you been doing?
I've still just been covering.
Oh.
I
So
did join a golf club, though, so I've been doing lots of golfing.
Wow, are you getting really good?
I got a little certain things are getting better, certain things are staying the same.
Are you going to become a PGA-er?
No. I would love to, though. They make lots of money.
Vote for you.
But no, there's a little local club like around the corner. It's like $1,700 for the year. It's unlimited access whenever you want, sun up to sundown, year round. They don't close for the winter, so you can go up if it's snowing if you want.
Just use orange balls.
Yeah, they use colored. They put the flag in the middle of the fairway, and you just hit the ball in the snow. I don't know
Pretty
if they
cool.
like plow stuff, but you can go up in the wintertime if there's no snow. I know, Jimmy. It's been forever.
It has. It's been such a busy week. I haven't even looked at my baseball team until today.
Uh-oh.
It's
That's right.
terrible.
You had a busy weekend last week, so we didn't stream.
I did. I was in Dallas.
You're in one of the
Aqua Shell.
hottest states of the country.
Oh yeah.
What was the weather at least more mild being it now versus when it was in July?
Yeah, I think it was about 75 the whole time. It
All
was
right,
real
that's not
nice.
horrible.
What was gross was there's a whole bunch of homeless people underneath the bridge that you have to go to get to the
Oh,
convention center, and they poop all over the sidewalk.
okay.
So I told the hotel that they need to call the mayor or something to have that cleaned.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Yep. And
Select.
I'm sorry if you're homeless, but please don't poop on the sidewalk and ruin everybody else's day.
You do it in the grass, so it's off to
What?
the side.
Ouch, ouch. Gosh, he just keeps jumping all over, sticking his claws in me. I don't know. He's like all wired.
It's because you got that crinkled up plastic. Yes, Leo, I still own fish. I have not downsized at all, being gone for a month. I will be taking the classroom fish tank down soon, though, with school being almost over. I think I'm going to do that like on June 5th because it's a half day for the kids and not us. So I have to be there anyway.
Did you end up with that classroom all year long?
No, I was only there for 8 weeks. And then I was in another 5th grade classroom for about 3 weeks, I think. And then I almost was in 4th grade for a while, but then they put someone else there, which I was thankful for because I didn't want the classroom they were going to put me in.
What was the deal with the teacher that was missing from the middle one?
She just quit.
Oh.
And then the last one had to have surgery, so.
And did you apply for her job?
I technically can't because I don't have a certification, which sucks. Because Connecticut is a bunch of little brats and doesn't let people get certified unless they do some crazy hoop jumping. But I'm figured sure if I don't get something over the summer at a private school, which I've applied to a bunch, I think come the fall, I'm just going to go back to school online for a education degree because I can't keep making very little money and survive.
Yeah, that's no fun.
No. Especially
Even
if I want to go to trips and shit.
golf. Everybody else thinks you're golfing all the time.
Well, that too. It's kind of nice to get out at 3:30 and get to go golfing every day. Except, of course, Fridays I don't golf when we're streaming.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And then Tuesdays they have a league or something, so I don't. 4:30 you have to be off the course, so I just don't go on Tuesdays. I give myself a little rest.
I started walking.
Well, that's good. I walk. I don't ride a cart, so I walk 9 holes. Get the exercise in.
Cool.
I'm also slightly losing my voice from yelling at children all week, so that's great.
I've just
Hello,
been
all
yelling
the
at
lovely
cats.
peoples that have joined. The P's are here. Hello, Dennis. Howdy, Mr. J Rock, Red Laser. How's it going?
J-Rock.
You there?
I haven't seen J-Rock for a while. It's great to see him.
I also have to get back to making videos because it's been a long while now. It's been too busy.
Jimmy says that I look all pumped and healthy. Thank you, sir.
Whoop,
I
ABC.
need to
Hello,
lose
hello.
40 pounds so I can have a hernia surgery
Oh,
on my breastbone.
interesting.
Yeah, it's really a weird place to have a hernia, but I guess anywhere where they sew, it can rip. And so earlier this year, I was sneezing like crazy and I ripped my tissues where the breastbone is. And so now I've got tissue coming up out and into the cavity over my breastbone, and it hurts. And they won't do the surgery until I lose 30 or 40 pounds.
Wow.
Because they said when I sneeze, my belly's too big and it'll just put pressure on it and cause it to rip again.
Okay.
So yeah, that stinks.
It does stink.
And if like somebody would heart punch me, I wonder if it would help having extra tissue there to protect the heart, but it would also hurt more.
Yeah, I can see that hurting more than helping.
They still have metal bands, like they put a metal bar down my breastplate too, so I don't have wiring.
Oh,
So that's kind of cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm slowly turning into a cyborg.
One day we'll have those.
Yeah, I got the artificial heart thing and the breastbone and a chunk of my back. I need a lot more fake stuff.
Nice. Well, I'm sure you'll get there.
So, I don't know if I told you, but I started collecting G.I. Joes.
You did not tell me, but it doesn't surprise me at all.
Have you seen these new cool G.I. Joes?
I did not, but I'm going to pause right there for a second and say hello to Scuba Steve-O because I forgot. Hello, Scuba Steve-O. How are you?
Hello, Scuba Steve-O. He is my friend. What I'm going to grab. Okay, so they started making these G.I. Joes like 3 years ago, but they only pop like 4 every couple months. And so they really haven't made that many, but it's hard to find the original ones because I just started now because I didn't realize it because I don't go to the toy department.
Oh.
Well, so I discovered them about a month ago, and they look they look in the G.I. Joes that I had when I was a kid. And I'm like, darn it, I'm going to start collecting these. So I have 4 that are like my holy grail ones that I'm trying to find. And I found one in Texas.
Oh.
The toy departments in Texas are huge. They're so much bigger than Tennessee and Missouri.
I mean, it is a giant state,
Illinois.
so it makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah. They say everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, but why do their children get deserve more choice than other children's around the world?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get it real quick.
All right, you go get what you got to get. Yeah, but Leo, you don't live in Texas, so it doesn't apply to you. Also, Leo, I was driving home from golfing yesterday, and I saw this husky run out in the front yard, and the dude who owns the dog looked like exactly like you. So I was like, "Oh my god, did Leo move over here?" And then I'm like, "Nah, he'll never leave his horrible state." Yeah, but you live in like the bluest state of the union, Leo. You can't say that. Microphone.
Look, it's Cobra Commander.
I knew that one. You proud of me?
And he's number 6. They're on 55 now. So they make like 4 every 3 months, I think. So that's pretty awesome. I got one of the originals.
Very cool.
And it's one that I really wanted. Because you got to have Cobra Commander.
Of course. You can't.
I'm kind of collecting all the bad guys more than the good guys. When I was a kid, I had more good guys than bad guys.
Oh.
But they're really. Oh, he found another piece of plastic.
Now he's not going to leave you alone again.
No.
At least we know the way to his heart. Just give him plastic.
Yeah. It's insane. He keeps wrapping his tail around my tee, too.
That's because your state should be split down the middle with a left and right part, Leo, and it'd be much better.
Now, what's he? He wants to jump up on top of the.
Leo, no, I'm not moving to Texas. It's too hot.
What?
Texas too hot for me. I'll move up to New Hampshire, where at least this local legislature is not blue.
All right, we're giving him a snack.
All right, maybe he'll leave you alone after you give him a snack.
I don't know. Look at this. I buy it by the big bag.
Oh, we buy the small ones because we only have 2 that don't get them often.
I have 3 that get them often. Come on, read like, hey.
No, Leo, not Australia either. I'm not going any further south than Pennsylvania.
He's acting like he's starving.
Life, Patty. I would legit move to Green Acres if I could.
There was a suburb in St. Louis called Green Acres.
Give me the country and wide open roads with no traffic any day over cities. I hate cities. I hate driving in the city. The people are all a-holes. Give me country. Nice small town country life.
Okay, this is the grossest thing I've ever done. Never give your cat treats on top of your computer.
No, Leo, speaking of downsizing, since you mentioned it, this tank here, I hate this 40 tall piece of crap. I really want to get rid of it. So I'm debating taking everything out and just throwing it in the 40 breeder behind me, and then maybe putting the one from school there just so it's its own tank still. Yeah, but just because there's country life in every state doesn't mean it's good. Like, I wouldn't want to live in your state either.
Is there country life in Rhode Island?
You know, the state is so tiny. Who knows? I'm sure there's some rules part of it, but who knows?
They have like 3 horses. Let's see.
I mean, a Tennessee mountaintop might work as long as I get some cold weather and snow. I will say thank you, Skipper, for inviting me on a couple streams, but I was just dead ass tired or asleep when you messaged it to me.
Well, they have 3,500 horses in Rhode Island, so there's probably some fields.
There were more people in my hometown than they have horses.
Yeah. Do you want me to find out how many horses Connecticut has?
I'm sure we have quite a few.
I don't know. You people just don't seem like horse people.
How
many horses live in Connecticut?
Wisconsin's like the only state you mentioned that gets a lot of snow. But I want to be
43,000
on the east.
You guys have 43,000 horses in your state.
How did they figure that?
I don't know. How many horses in Tennessee? Guess how many in Tennessee?
108,000.
206,000.
Okay, well, I was only off by 100,000. That's not bad.
How many horses in Texas?
Hey, Ricky, thank you for sticking with it and being a member for 16
Whoa.
months.
There's nearly 1 million horses that live in the state of Texas.
It is Texas, and it's huge. Texas is huge.
How many horses live in Hawaii? 5,114.
Wow. We had that. More people at my high school. I think with students and staff, we had 5,500 people at my high school.
I graduated with 77 kids.
I was one of 975. Biggest class ever to go through my high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
What year?
2010, I graduated high school. So it's been 13 years.
You
graduated in 92, right?
Yes. I graduated 18 years before.
Oh, I remember because it was the year I was born.
Those could have been children of my generation graduating.
Hey, QC. But yeah, I'm excited for the pea puffers to come home. So the tank at school, I have done nothing to it. I filled it. I put plant stuff in it. I haven't cleaned it. I haven't water changed it since October. Nothing has died in it. One of the teachers across the hall keeps saying, you got to clean it. I'm like, it is clean, but there's algae. I'm like, the algae is good for it. So the pea puffers are still living with the beta fish and the danios and the platies and the tetras and the corridoras, and it's a 20-gallon tank.
You should put autosynclus in there.
I thought about it. I probably could now with how much algae is actually in it, but I gave the kids the options on what they wanted to put in it. So I'm
Ricky
so
De
bummed.
Hoyas.
I'm bummed. I can't go to Aquatic Expo anymore.
Well, you know what I want to do? I want to go to Houston.
But you were just in Texas.
I know. I wanted to make a video of this awesome fish story when we went to in Dallas called the Fish Gallery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got a cat hair. Gross. I had a cat hair in my mouth. And it's like the fanciest, nicest fish store I've ever been in my life. And there's two of them in Houston. One's called the Houston, and the other one's called like the Forest Park one.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like bigger than the one in Dallas.
Wow.
But we were going to make a video. Well, I wanted to make a video on Monday, but we had to leave because James bought fish.
Oh.
Didn't have time to go. So I want to drive back on my own and videotape it.
Houston to Dallas is a decent trip, though, isn't it?
Well, I would go from Chattanooga to Houston.
Oh, okay. Well, I just meant
Houston's closer.
Oh, okay.
And it's better. Let's ask Ricky. Do homeless people poop on the sidewalk in Houston?
But yeah, I'm excited for the pea puffers to come home because I've wanted pea puffers for a while. So when I get these fish home from school, I'll actually have them. So I'll have to I should film it and make it a video about how to move fish, since I'll actually be moving fish. Since people always ask, how do you move fish? I should write that down so I don't forget. Because I will
forget. Wait till they come up to the top of the water and you go and suck them up and then spit them into a bowl so you don't work their slime coat?
Make video of moving fishies.
Such a good cat.
Boom.
My short today is really funny because it has Nico in it for like 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, I forgot to do one. I did one finally. My daily ones ran out, so I've kind of forgotten to do them more. Because it was just a pain, because I made like 50 in one click and to set them all to upload. And it was a pain in the butt to go back into studios and reschedule all of them for different days.
Look, there's John from Select Pet. He says, I see Chattanooga ad touring Texas even in the future, maybe even in search of mollies. Oh, yes. He was telling me about the mollies that I really want.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's splashing water on me. Oh, his water bowl's almost empty. Oh, he's got to pick it up with his hand. But the mollies I really want are called Amazon mollies.
Mm-hmm.
And they're actually live in some of the streams in Texas. So
Oh.
it would be most excellent. So John and I are going to plan a trip to Texas and catch these.
Okay. That'd be cool.
Did X2 show up? Oh, he did.
Yes, he is here. How was he, dude? Dallas is crap.
Dune.
They don't take steamers on sidewalks, Ed. So no, they don't poop
Steamers?
in Houston.
Oh, good. That's good. They don't poop on the sidewalks here in Chattanooga either.
We don't.
If they
Ours
did,
don't do that either.
we've got those little rental scooters.
Mm-hmm.
Just think how gross those would be. Everybody driving those little rentals right through the poop.
We recently got some last summer. I think we got a subsidy from the feds, and we have them now.
The first day we got them, some schmuck stole them all. I mean, he literally
That's the thing. A lot of people never
them.
return them. They just use them and leave them wherever they want.
Yeah. Well, they have these little radar things in them so they can get them at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Wherever they leave them. Well, so they were all in his garage at his house.
Well, that was stupid on his part.
What a moron. He was on the news and everything.
And the eel is still alive. I saw him the other day. So he's still in here. The fish I never thought I would see again, but he's still in there. Occasionally pops his head out.
That's awesome.
What was I going to say?
Did you ever fish out my creepy Pikachu?
So we are just unpacking the car now from when I bought the new car, and we still have all my stuff from last summer when I went to Aquashella. When I went to Triple Crown and Shella, is all still in the car. So it's been in the car for almost a year. I just never unpacked.
Holy cow.
So all those boxes were just taken out of the car and put in the basement.
Hope you didn't have anything alive in there.
I don't think I did. The only alive thing I bought at the Triple Crown were the Corys that are in this tag.
I found some Anubias Petite in a bag last night that I forgot I took.
Ruh-roh.
Lisa had taken it to put in her aquascape, and then she didn't use it, and she left it under her chair, and at the end when we were cleaning up, it was there. So I took it, and then I asked her if she wanted it, and she said no, so I kept it.
Well, that's good. Speaking of aquascape, how did it go? I don't think I even saw any pictures posted about the aquascapes.
Oh, I'm going to make a video of it, like probably one of those 5-minute
Oh, okay.
or 3.
Yeah, because usually I'll scroll through Instagram and people will post them, or I scroll through Facebook and I see people's pictures. I didn't see anything this time.
Yeah, I'll do one. It was an interesting aquascape this time. Last year everybody was super, super serious, and this year it was just like they weren't very serious.
So kind of more like the Clash was last year. We all kind of were just super mellow and chill.
Yes.
See, I'd almost rather it be that way, where it's more relaxed and chill. Unless it's like, do you remember the show Junkyard Wars?
Yes. Oh, I love that show.
Unless you're doing it Junkyard Wars style, then I can see being crazy and just constant go, go, go. Otherwise, I don't see why you can't be super chill and cool.
Well, they did this new thing. They put timers underneath every tank, and when you're working on it, you had to push start. And then when you walked away, you push stop. So everybody was given 14 hours and they could spend whatever they wanted on their 14 hours.
Oh, that's a
And it was
good idea.
interesting. Yeah, it was really cool to see how many hours were left over. And most people, well, not most, but half of them had like 12 to almost 13 hours left over.
Yeah,
They only spent
I'd
2
probably use
hours.
like an hour, maybe 2, and then be done.
Yeah, and then there were some people that had like 4 or 3 hours.
See, I'm one of those people that I get something looking nice, and then I keep overthinking, and I try to change stuff, and then I end up ruining it. So I need to just stop at some point before I ruin whatever I did.
I should have taken a photo of the clocks and put it on there with them. But I'm going to show you one of these aquascapes looked like it was made with so much rock. I couldn't believe it. I've never seen this much rock in my life. Okay.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool, but I tell you, he used 50 pounds of rocks, I bet.
See, like, I would never think to do that.
It didn't start.
That doing something like that would never even cross my mind.
Well, they just have so much material to be able to work with it.
QC said, did MD win the aquascape contest? Do we know who won?
I don't even know who this MD guy is that everybody keeps talking about. Is that terrible? Some English guy, and so many people said, "Oh, did you meet MD?" And it's like, I don't know.
I feel like I've seen the name.
He was not I'm sure he wasn't in the show because they didn't have like famous people in it. I mean, they had famous scapers that scape here in America consistently against each other, but I don't know. Sam Scales had a really nice tank.
Cool. Yeah, I feel bad that I can't go to Aquatic Expo because I know Sam was looking forward to a bunch of us getting to go. But
I don't know if I'm going to be able to, since Aqua Shell ended up costing me about $800. I wasn't planning on.
Like, one of my coworkers invited me to her fiance's surprise party, I think, that weekend because I said that my event got canceled. And I already told her I'd go. Like, the only way I could go is like if I just drove down, paid for gas on a credit card, and just slept in my car, which I've done plenty of times, so it's not that big a deal. I could literally just camp in the car. I don't know why people are so against me sleeping in a car when it's just literally camping. Hey, indoor fishing. Also, my sister bought me some movies and told me they're homework. I know you've seen one of these movies. I don't know if you've seen the other one, but this is the first movie she said I have to watch.
Is it John Wick 3 or 4? Ryu? Or
apparently it's an animated one. It's Raya the Last Dragon. I remember when this came out. I never saw it. And then she said I have to watch this one, which I know you've seen.
Yes, that was pretty good.
As you can see, they're not opened yet, and she bought them for me a month ago. So I'm really doing good at watching movies.
Well, the Marvel superhero movies have pretty much become garbage.
I heard.
But that one was pretty good, and the Guardians was really good.
I've heard mixed reviews about the Guardians movie.
I liked it a lot.
I heard a lot of people don't like I'm assuming it's Rocket's backstory where he's with the other animals.
I was fine with it.
Like, a lot of people didn't like that part of it. And I'm like, well, shouldn't you have character development and background on these characters?
Maybe it was a little too creepy and sad for children.
No, I've been slowly working my way through the Studio Ghibli collection. Because there are still a few I've not actually. I finally watched Porco Rosso. I've never watched it before.
Bobo came up to say hi.
4 on here I haven't watched yet. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I lied. There's 5 I haven't watched yet. Put that back in there. But just so our DVD player in the den was broken. So I went and found our old small DVD player. Realized we don't have the remote for it, so I can't change the movie I want to watch. So I had to plug in the old Xbox 360 and watch my movies through that.
Hey, at least you got it done.
Whip, me and Ed have been busy bees. So I had my sister in town, then Ed had a wedding, then I had something on a Friday, then Ed had something on a Friday, and then it was Aquashella. So or I wasn't feeling well, and I was like, it's been over a month.
Oh, that's what it was. The week before Aquashella, you were sick.
Yes, and then the week before that, I think did I go? I think I went
Wedding
with my dad or something. I can't remember. And then you had your wedding.
Yep.
But yeah, we're back. I will say this since we won't be live next week though. I have a work thing after school. It's our graduation for the 5th graders, and since I've been in 5th grade most of the year, I have to go.
Aw, that's nice.
So
I hope they give you something really good, like a G.I. Joe character.
nah, they won't give me anything. I mean, the kids have been giving me stuff all year, so. But yeah, that's I think 4 to 6, so I won't be home for that at all. Speaking of which, I just forgot I didn't do something that I haven't done in a while. I have to set the redirect up. I have to look at them because the common name for Daniels, one of them has like 3 names, but I think you probably would be fine.
Bud says, "Can I have 6 golden ring Danios in a 10-gallon shrimp?"
Yeah, 100% you'd be
fine.
fine.
Wait, with shrimp?
Yeah, there's no, you'd be fine. I don't see any problem with that. I mean, they don't get super big.
Yeah, that'll be nice. They'll eat a couple of your baby shrimps, but that'll be okay.
But yeah, those should look nice, and you'd probably get away with it just fine. Yeah, but I think you'll be fine there. I don't see. I mean, I don't know those Danios to be overly, bitey. Though I had someone tell me that they had bloodfin tetras that were super aggressive, and I've never run into that. So just keep an eye on everything, but you should be fine. Hey,
green
Anthony.
jade shrimp. Those are pretty shrimp.
My
green jade's all turned black.
I've decided to not try shrimp anymore because every shrimp I've tried, regardless of who I've gotten it from at this point, has lasted a fraction of what it was. Like Grant's lasted the longest, but even those have petered out at this point. I think I have 2 left.
Wow.
So I'm done killing shrimp. The only shrimp I can keep alive are Amanos and bamboo shrimp, both of which you can't breed in fresh water.
Nico, you can't sit there.
But Dad,
Uh-oh.
Why not?
You unplugged my earphones. Can you say something?
What? Oh no, I was just making fun.
Okay. You're back.
I was speaking for Nico.
A whole bunch of stuff popped up on my screen, and your voice was coming in over the speakers for a second.
I have tried Flips. I've tried Papa Shrimps. I've tried Grants. I've tried Veterans. I've tried multiple people that we know, and unfortunately, they all, like I said, Grant's lasted the longest at 18 months. Everybody else has lasted maybe a couple months. But
it's probably all that copper you put in to kill your snails in your Hydra.
Yes, because I hate snails. This whole tank is nothing but snails. It's got 4 bristle noses and a bunch of snails.
I don't understand why you put so much copper in. But I put 8 yellow rabbit snails in one of my tanks yesterday.
Ooh.
But put copper in his tanks. Don't put copper in your tank.
No. No, speaking of, before I get to this question, speaking of copper, I made a video on one of the Hikari foods at some point. I think it was the sinking wafers. And I got a comment a couple weeks ago saying, are you aware they changed the ingredients? Apparently, the one I had was older and had an older ingredient list on it. And they substituted something out and put the copper sulfate in the food. And the person was like, did you know this was a thing? Can I still feed my tanks with snails and blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm gonna take a guess here. I don't know for sure, but my guess would be they wouldn't put enough of it in the food to harm, your snails, and I still feed it, and my snails are okay. And then they actually contacted Akari, and Akari was like, "Oh, that must be an old list, and we only put a small amount in, so it doesn't actually hurt anything." Anyway, there's a question here. Bud had a follow up. What do you think about adding a pea puffer, 60 Danios, and 10 shrimp or 10 gallons? I just have an honest sink list and 3 shrimp. I would say don't do the pea puffer and the Danios and the shrimps. Because I'm with just the one pea puffer, you'd probably get super stressed out with the Danios going crazy. Unless you're going to really plan it up and give them places to hide. But I would say scratch the pea puffer. Everything else should be fine. What do you think, Ed?
And I think that shrimps and pea puffers are a no-go because they're gonna bite all their little antennas and things off.
Let's see. And then Anthony said copper will leach from silicone. Absolutely no shrimp in a tank that has been dosed with copper. I don't think I don't honestly, I've never done a metal test on my water, so there could be copper in it, and that might be why my shrimp die. But then I would imagine that the snails wouldn't do well either, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just probably just one of those weird deals.
But yeah, I would say avoid the pea puffer. Everything else should be fine. That's just me personally. Hey, Paul. All right. I have fixed it. Now the stream will send people over to cold water. Woohoo. Because I completely forgot to do that.
Cold
Did you like the thumbnail, Ed?
Cool.
Did you see the thumbnail?
I did, but I've already forgot what it looks like.
Did you remember the movie We're Back with the dinosaurs? No.
Was it the dinosaurs from Ice Age?
No, it was the ones where they get sent back in time and they eat like brain cereal.
You did not see the brain cereal.
I'm sure it came out in 93. Let me pull up the thing so you can see it. Hang on. Present.
I was working at the movie theater in 93.
Did I remember? I just remembered how to do it. This movie.
It may have come out before I got my job at the movie theater, and it was so bad it didn't last long.
I think it's a classic from the 90s.
Wow, I have never seen that.
But yeah, there's like 2 scientists that are brothers, and one makes food that makes you smarter, and the other one makes food that makes you dumber, and he's evil. It's a good film. People in chat, have you seen this movie? Come on. Tell me you've seen this movie. And like the one brother like made a machine that reads kids' thoughts, and they wanted to see live dinosaurs. So he brings dinosaurs back from the past, but they're smarter, so they can talk and stuff. I think it's a good film.
I want to check something.
Chat, you're letting me down. Let me down, okay. Chat.
So, Last of the Mohicans came out September 25th, 1992. Okay. And I was watching Last of the Mohicans at the movie theater when I went in to get hired, because I had submitted my application like 2 weeks prior, and I'm like, why haven't they called? They need me. And so I watched Last of the Mohicans, and I went out and I asked the manager and said, hey, why haven't I been hired? And he was like afraid to talk to me, and he ended up being my friend Scott. But then they called me the next day and hired me.
Oh. Well, that's good.
Yeah. I had another manager named Scott, and he quit like the next day.
Oh. Wow, I'm the only person that's seen this movie. That's a little sad.
I don't know. It came out a year before you were born, or the year you were born?
It came out the year after I was born. But I remember seeing it and it being amazing. And I actually own it on DVD.
When you were 2 years old?
I saw it at some point in the 90s. Like I'm Free Willy came out the year I was born, and that was like my favorite movie growing up.
That was at the theater. I remember Cliffhanger was at the movie theater.
Fox and the Hound was one of my favorite movies.
I don't remember that one. I remember Aladdin was at the theater.
Why can't I find this slipping movie or this game? What the heck?
Unforgiven.
I was looking for a game that I bought that's super fun, but now I can't find it on Amazon. What the heck? Let me scroll back and see if I can find this game. Come on. Where's the guy? Here you are. Maybe because it's such a long title, I completely forgot how to type it. Oh, it's out of stock now. That's unfortunate.
They probably only made 10 and they were all sold.
So did you ever watch Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Avatar: The Last Day of
The Last Airbender.
The Last Airbender. No.
Do you like cooperative board games?
Isn't that the kid that's like some powerful wizard?
Basically, yes.
Yeah, and you know how I feel about kid movies.
Well, it was a TV show, it wasn't a movie. M. Night Shyamalan remade it as a live action, and it was god awful. So we don't talk.
That's
about
what
it.
I remember.
But no, if you like cooperative board games, unfortunately, it's unavailable right now. But it was super fun. So, can I get a big picture of this, please? So here, your board's in the center there. That circles your board. And on each quadrant, you get 3 people. It's either an enemy or it's a good guy that you can recruit for your team. And that big dude in the middle is the evil guy. He spins around and breathes fire on everybody. And you have to recruit a team. You have to kill villains. And you have to eventually do some final battles. And it's a complicated dice game, but it's actually pretty fun. It takes about an hour and a half. You can play with up to 5 people. It was like $55, but I think that's because it's like limited run and it's a Nickelodeon thing and it's, all copyrighted stuff, so you can't really fake it. But if you're looking for something different, it's pretty fun. I played it with some friends we went over our house and they're like, I brought a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, oh, we can play this. And they ended up liking it, and it's super easy to pick up too. It's not super hard.
Well, that's awesome. I'll play.
I had to see. We always end up bringing games to events we go to, and then we never actually play them.
I'm going to bring some real easy
in the car. I still have Wingspan in the car from Chicago 2 years ago.
Well,
I think all we played
a super easy game called Password and Cats.
I think all we ended up playing that year was Trash Panda.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was just you, me, and James was super tired and didn't want to play. But we forced him to play.
And it was still fun.
Was that the night? That was the night before we got the pizza, I think. Which that's still an amazing pizza.
Oh, thank you. James told me how terrible it was.
I've heard of Secret Hitler. I've seen people play Secret Hitler. I have personally not played it because I don't have enough people to play it with. But usually when I'm playing games, it's just me and the folks. So if it's a game that requires like 6 people, I don't play them. But I've seen it played, and I think it's a fun deception game, but I don't have enough people to play it with, unfortunately.
Speaking of playing games, in June, I'm going to try to put together another Dungeons and Dragons group where XDo is going to be the leader, the dungeon master.
Right.
And we're going to play Friday afternoons.
Oh.
So my brother has said he's going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Lady LaRoche is going to play. Wait, not Lady LaRoche. Lady Rorschach.
Okay.
Rico. I have a 4th guy, but I can't think of who it is. But we'd like to get 2 more.
Okay.
So that would be pretty
Anthony
fun.
says, what time?
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Did a lot of work today. We were cleaning the pool, getting it ready for the summer. I think we're going to try to do it at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Okay.
In the middle of the day.
So that would be like,
oh my 11? God, it's Anthony Fishy Friends.
It is. Not used to seeing him up this early. I still remember when he
No.
was a nighttime streamer.
I used to play Dungeons and Dragons with Whip.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget. Yeah,
On
he's
Monday
still at work,
nights.
unfortunately. I am considering a saltwater fish tank. If people missed my last stream with Scuba Steve in the month of April, I'm thinking about having a saltwater fish tank. Which is another reason I kind of want to get rid of this tank over here. Put all the fishies in the 40, and then I can have 220s on that.
You can take that and fill it with like those little beads that you put in a bean bag. They're
Mm-hmm.
styrofoam beads. Fill the tank with that and then put it out in the middle of the golf course and see how long it takes to hit it with a golf ball.
Let's see. Oh, the redneck cichlids are growing up nicely. I still don't know how to sex the blasted things, but they're growing up well. I've had those, 8 months now?
They don't have egg spots.
I'm sure they do, but I'm horrible at seeing things. And I asked some people, and they said they were kind of hard to sex, so I'll figure it out eventually. One of the
They're
ones over
pretty.
here has a nice red tinge to it.
Man, that's a good looking fish for a redneck.
I mainly bought it because I liked the common name of it. See, mine don't. There's like different variations of it. Some look like that, some don't. Mine are more of like the brownie color one. Let's see, can I find one that looks kind of like mine?
How many do you have? Do you have 2 or several?
I bought 4. One died. I have 3 left.
I would look for whoever's the dominant one that's raising his dorsal way up in the air. And look at that thing and see if the other ones have any different markings and figure, see if that's the boy and the rest are girls.
So that's what they'll eventually look like.
I bet that's a girl.
Right now, mine are more brown with some red finnage.
Look at the ones with the dorsals way up in the air.
Yeah.
I think a boy would be doing that, but I don't see egg spots.
So I'm hoping I've got 1 and 1 because I'd like to try them as a breeding project. But worst case, I just have some. See, mine look like this still, where they're more brownish.
Well, maybe you just got to pack a bunch of girls.
I don't know when they get redder. Well, one of the ones in this tank, who of course isn't out, has more red in his fins than brown. So I'm hoping I have 1 male.
Boy, they're an easy fish to keep. They get max size 3 inches, pH between 6.5 to 5.5. So they're very neutral fish. Temperature is really wide, 72 to 84. 5 years life expectancy, care level easy. Minimum size tank 20. Recommend to keep them in solo or in pairs.
For anyone wondering what the scientific name is, there you go.
The scientific name is Viadace, dwarf cichlid. Viajata, dwarf cichlid. Did I say it right?
We might be looking at a different fish. Yeah, see, mine don't say that. The ones I got are Epistogramma masteri.
Oh. Well, forget everything I just said, folks.
That's why I wanted, because I got them from the Wet Spot, so I figured I'd pull up the Wet Spot page I got them on. But yeah, this is so this is what Seriously Fish has for the sexes on what they look like. But I think it's really depends on like where they're from, because mine still don't look like those too much at all.
I think I want a redneck Severin.
But yeah, they still don't get super big, so it's kind of nice.
Look, that's a redneck Severin, and it's
that
pretty.
does look very nice. Yes,
I like the Severins. I Maybe I should just go with a pack of Severins.
I will
got
say
the
some of the
green spotted. He's just
medium to
beautiful.
bigger fish have grown on me over the years. Oh, and I don't think I ever showed this off, but I ended up getting that coffee cup warmer for my birthday. So it's
Wow,
got,
did you keep
put
anything
your
on
cup
it?
up here and it keeps it nice and warm.
If you put your hand on it, will it hurt it?
Yes, you will burn yourself because it keeps it at like 198 degrees or something.
Oh, not good to have around your cats.
No, the cats don't come in my room, so.
Oh, John says he has some of them. He has redneck Severins.
Oh,
That's cool. I wonder if he ever breeds them.
in the butterfly loach, the royal butterfly loaches, whatever the heck they are that I got, those are doing great, and they're not as picky as the Hillstream loaches. So they actually have been living off of these kelp wafers from Northfin for months now. I've just been throwing a couple in every other day, and they've been eating those.
John was giving out free Northfin food at the convention.
Oh.
He had a lot of packages of it.
Oh, he has the redneck apistos, not Severums. He just said.
I didn't know that. But John has a lot of different tanks.
But yeah, right now I've got them separated out. So there's one over there, and then there's two over here in a 5, but they're divided just to be safe. I'm basically treating them like beta fish, and I don't want them to be together until I've actually sexed them out. I'm thinking that one over there might be a female though, because her colors are a lot duller still, whereas these guys are darker with some more red in them.
What's your can of pop there?
Hmm?
Do you have a blue and white can of pop on the shelf?
This?
Yeah.
These are Hikari tube fix worms.
Oh my gosh, they sure are. Far away, it looked like a delicious type of can of pop that you can only get in
no such luck.
your town.
We do have a soda shop that's local though. That's root beer. Root beer and birch beer. Have you ever had birch beer soda? It's really good.
I'd try it. I'm not supposed to be drinking pop right now, though.
Oh. Yeah, I guess if you're trying to lose weight, you should probably cut soda out. And sweet tea, which sucks.
I didn't say anything about cutting out sweet tea.
I mean, sweet tea is probably worse than soda because there's more sugar in it.
What?
I mean, if you look at the sugar content of sweet tea compared to like a Pepsi, my guess is the sweet tea's got more sugar.
Back me up here. Tell them it's okay.
QC said, "What's the blue ribbon behind you?"
Behind me.
Yes.
That is for winning first place in an aquascape at the Big Fish Deal in 2020. And what's cool about it is I was talking to Jen Williams. I think I'm the only winner of Escape in 2020 in the United States because it was the first show of the year and the only show because they canceled all the rest. So it's my only bit of glory I can have. Even though I do have a third place win from the Clash from my fish.
All right. Well, I lied. I just Googled it. There's 23 grams of sugar in Coke, 21 grams of sugar in sweet tea, 24 to 28 grams in apple juice, and 26 grams in lemonade. So sweet tea would be the healthiest choice. Though,
Nice.
I'm going to guess it depends on where you're getting it from. Because McDonald's sweet tea is just like 6 cups of sugar and a little water.
What? This is what I'm getting. Let's see. It says this container contains only 110 calories. And look at how big this container is. 110 calories.
Hey, our Aquatic Universe.
It is It provides this whole 1 gallon container is 26 grams of sugar.
Okay.
I can
Really wish this
recycle
cough would go away.
in Canada for 25 cents or for a quarter.
Interesting. All right. Well, it looks like we're about out of time. That was a quick hour.
Thanks.
Do you have any last minute thoughts to leave the people with?
Guys, remember, it's not a bad idea to brush your teeth in the morning and at night.
All right, guys. Remember, we're not live next Friday. I got a work thing, but we will be back on the 9th as it is summer vacation then. So we will see you guys then and have a good weekend. And are you guys streaming on the other channel tonight?
We are, and we have no idea what we're doing. Kenny E's not going to be there, and Skipper called me like literally 2 minutes before the show saying we're going tonight. So I have to call him and find out.
All right, so stay tuned to the channels, and we'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend, everybody.